Today I'm going to be doing a complete behind the scenes of the Averto Season 2 lava event. Now this is one of my hardest lava events I had to actually make, since it was the first time me using UEFN. I had to learn a lot of stuff with animation. So first of all, I'm going to be going over the actual map on how everything works right now. So as you can see, this area has a lot of mechanics. There's a lot of mutated zone barriers, spawn pads, a bunch of audio players which play event music. As you can see right here, be different stuff. And all around up here is where all the dialogue for the event happens. As you can see, there's a bunch of dialogue. With also the custom sound which plays, which I'm going to show right now, which is the Phantasm and the radio. So as you can see, all these level sequences are cinematic events, and there's a lot more actually. If you go into the folders, you can see a lot of the actual thingies. So if you can come over here, we can actually see Phantasm. I don't know if many people actually realise this, but the animation is being a bit weird. That's why I had to put it real far away. Some reason with Phantasm, the animation would really glitch out, so I had to put them far away. That's why you can see him up there. So a lot of people probably didn't realise him at first. And you can see down here with Corrupted Voyager. I could never get with how to do the actual face properly. It's very complicated. There's a lot of stuff that I don't really know how to do this. You have to mess with a lot of materials. So I use this face when doing it, which isn't really much different, but it's also not the best. But I started to work with it. Of course, you can go into these rooms, which not many people did, but you can see these little pictures. Yeah, it's just literally just a picture of the map. There's a little Easter egg, which wasn't technically an Easter egg, but you can see Oppressor right there. It's a little shadow of Oppressor. This was earlier into the event, and I accidentally left it in, but I left it in because not many people realise. If you fly underneath the map for a long time, you'll probably find a lot of the characters. And as you can see right there, you could see a little bit of the snow biome, which technically wasn't the snow biome. You can also see some little stuff which is under the map of there. Not many people seen. So if you go around the actual map, not every one of these buildings are actually empty. You can see some buildings aren't, because they are in cinematic cutscenes. So in cinematic cutscenes, you want the actual map to look like it's still there. But well, of course, this you can't really see this in the event. Yeah, with the spawn lobby as well, you got the lava event thing. I don't know, it still says 7 days, but that's probably because however long ago the event was. Season 2. So when you actually load into the match as well, the damage volumes as well, and barriers, and also these will say dialogue, these just get rid of your HUD at different points of the event. There's some cinematic devices and also the play spawns. But yeah, basically the whole map is empty, because you just can't see it at all. Only the parts which are visible, like the middle, is here. Of course you can see the hole's not actually there, but it actually technically is there. Let's go into the cinematic stuff. See, these are the materials for Phantasm. See the whole Phantasm right here. This audio file right here is when Oppressor finally comes out of the water for the first time, and it glitches out Phantasm. I don't know if many people realise this, but here it is. Of course, you got these folders for literally every character here. You got just no copyright music. I did use non-copyrighted music for a lot of this event. So like this, and you got explosion sound effects. There was an actual scrapped version of the event when he first come out the water. It wasn't technically scrapped; it was just a little bit different. This is the one that I used in the event. And then this is the scrapped version. So of course use the Galactus as Galactus come out in the actual old Fortnite the event. But yeah, it's just a little bit different with the music. You can see that all the different animations with Oppressor. It did take a while to do a lot of stuff. With the old version of Oppressor, I put a really old screenshot of the event right here on the screen right now. His face was white, and I was trying to find a solution how to do it. So I had to mess with a lot of the settings on his face model. Maybe really uninteresting for a lot of people, but I had to mess with brightness, saturation to get the perfect colour for Oppressor. Also there's Corrupted Voyager. There's Brute Gunner. This is the most cursed thing ever. Oh god, it's horrifying. Well, rest in peace, Brute Gunner. She got absolutely destroyed by Oppressor. I got this audio file, which is a day and night. We're going to actually go to the first cinematic of the event, which was the start of it. The actual event started. So of course you can't actually see any of the destroyed parts. You can it looks like the whole POI is actually there, but it's not. After this, it'll be a fade in. There's a lot of stuff also, like at the bottom with audio. I did use non-copyrighted audio, but then I had to edit a lot of it. Like I use the event here. I used a lot of different stuff. And this event took really long to make, a couple of months. Because of how long it takes for UEFN, you have to push changes and you have to wait about 5 minutes almost every time if you want to test a little thing. You walk through a lot of the parts. There's a lot of mutator zones, barriers. So you get here, and you have to destroy these machines, which have a prop manipulator and also the explosive device, which blow up. Yeah, it's a cutscene right here, which this door opens. I really thought this was cool when I first made this. But yeah, I mixed a couple like audios with this to make this noise. Pretty cool, and this is when the henchman would spawn in. There's a lot of different stuff in these settings. See all the timers. I had to link up perfectly, which really took a long time. And if people got stuck on the event, I had to make like little solutions and little tips. Like if you were stuck in this part, you couldn't find this. They would like automatically blow up within 2 minutes, just so if people didn't know where they are, they just blow up straight away. Here's also some other timers and some audio devices. Here was the next cutscene where I just go up, and this sound would play, which is the noise for the actual beam. But in this cinematic, you cannot see this because it gets activated differently and not actually activated in the sequencer. It would fade out, and then it would fade back in with a different track. This cinematic did take a while just to get it right. It does start with a blank screen, and then after a little bit, it'll be a day and night. You can't actually hear it in this cutscene because it's played differently. So all this, the brute gunner sequence happened right in this building right here. There's actually 2 animations. One is hair going through the door, and one is stood here. You actually carry on with this sequence. You can see the animation. Of course, you can't really properly see this, like hair moving, but in a cutscene you'd see this. Pretty cool. She presses the button, which is actually 0 button there, but still. It would cut to a different camera to activate this one. So what I had to do with this, I had to get a lock device which would automatically open the door, and to actually perfectly time it as when she goes through the door and when the door opens. Like, I could have done a lot of this stuff easier, but it was literally only me who worked on this event. Remember, it was literally just me. I am not a developer or Unreal Engine specialist, so it was just quite difficult to make. So she walks through the door. Yeah, of course you don't see this whole cutscene because it cuts, but she just walks through until she gets stopped there, and then you can't actually see her anymore. So there's no point in having her continue to walk until she gets up this hill. And this is a cutscene where it goes day 999, and it activates the snow. I can actually show you some behind the scenes. I can't like all this cheese. Also with this corrupted Voyager scene, pretty sure I actually left her in the exact same place in the event. I meant to actually move her, but she was literally, I'm pretty sure she was stood up here the whole time. Not too sure what is going on here. But yeah, this sequence is just corrupted Voyager just looking like scared, and then you see the beam, and right here you can see your character, and that'll be the end of that cutscene. I did a snow test. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do this. I knew the snow was going to come out, but it was probably one of the hardest parts of the event. Prop manipulator. I was trying different ways with this part. If I did this event today, it would have been a lot easier to do this part, but since I was only like kind of new to the UEFN, this part was a lot harder. The door opens again in a different cutscene, so I doubt it would actually open here. So the audio plays, and literally all happens is the massive snow thing from under the map just literally razzed up. For some reason with render distance, I could have actually done this a lot easier if I had just changed the render distance on it properly. A bunch of smoke would come out on there, and then of course the camera would like razz up like this. For the next scene, it is the oppressor scene. So this is when oppressor finally first comes out in the event. Of course there's no music here because it's used in a different thing. But in these cutscenes, oppressor would be there. So I had to perfectly line up the camera as if he was actually there. But in game, there's 2 sequences playing at once, so oppressor would be there. But it was very hard to like perfectly get this up. So I was basically just guess where he was in this cutscene. And now I've got the longest cutscene of the event, and this is the whole movement of oppressor. You can see this is where he'll rise up. He just comes out of the water, of course, oppressor, and he just walks across the map. There's actually 2 oppressors here. It's complicated in the way I did the event. When it fades to black, when the cutscene ends, a different oppressor spawns in. I could have easily done this a different way. You can see oppressor walks weirdly. I mean, it's literally the first ever event and UEFN stuff I ever did, so you gotta understand that. Not gonna be perfect, but yeah, it fades to black. Can't really hear the music, which isn't great. But and the reason why it keeps fading to black is because he kept cutting out of the scene because I had to limit the render distance to this map. Like you just see him like completely disappear from the scene. So I did like the little fade cutscene. So if like if the render distance wasn't far, then it would have been, I would have not had the fade out. But if you watch the original event video that I released on my channel, there's no fade out, so you can watch it without these fades out. You see how big Oppressor is on compared to the map. He just disappears for a little bit whilst it's like looking around the POI. There's a cutscene which is like this. It's like looking at the POI, and you see him, he jumps and just destroys his building, causing him to destroy there. But the explosive device blows up. He stands up and then looks over. He looks over towards where Brute Gunner's going to be, which she'll be right here. There she is. Oppressor looks at her, and that's the end of that. Brute Gunner stays there, but that is literally the end of the event. For the audios, we've got all the audios here, which is, this is the door opening. This is when the henchmen spawn in, some music and then there's henchman sound effects. And then we got this one, which is when the ice comes out of nowhere. Or the snow biome, well, it doesn't come out of nowhere, but like, it just comes out the ground. It's the event music, the start music, which is a day and night. Here are all the cutscenes separately. This is him standing up. This is him rising up from the ocean first time. It's quite slow, which is slow, so you can't actually see this in game. It's a lot slower in game, but this is what the actual original one is. It's him looking behind, which is really slowly, so you don't actually see him look behind. Like he slowly turns his head. But yeah, this is the actually normal size Oppressor as well. You can actually see all the other Oppressor models. He's just literally sleeping under them. Thanks for watching this behind the scenes. If the post did get 20 likes, the code will be on the screen and it'll probably be at the beginning of the video as well. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.